But actually, we do have a special guest question right now from our friends Chuck and Josh.
Hey, guys. Hi. Hi, it's Josh and
Chuck.
That's Chuck's voice. And we have a question for you.
Well, we're from the Stuff You Should Know podcast.
Yes. And we have a question.
Yeah, we have a question. Very important question.
We're both very interested in learning this. How would one, if one needed to or wanted to, say, get rid of a muffin top, I believe is the colloquialism for it.
Men or women? Both?
It doesn't matter. But yeah, well, let's say a man wanted to know.
Okay.
That's a question.
So that's our question, guys. Let's hear it.
A fine question, guys. I'm as somebody who I have met Chuck, I have not personally met Josh. I do not believe either of these gentlemen suffer from muffin top. I don't believe either of them are rocking that look.
I think they're just mining us for information that they can steal wholesale and then use on their podcast, which is full of enriching information.
Right. This is how they get it. They send guest questions into other podcasts and then wheeze off that juice.
Yeah, wheeze it.
Here's my first sort of sub answer is, do you need to get rid of it? Some people can lean into that look. Some people don't need to get rid of the muffin top. Society may want you to. Some people don't need to. Some people have a great look.
That Pattinson kid, Steve Pattinson. What's his name?
Steve Pattinson from Twilight.
From Teen Vampire. What's it? He's got
Roger Pattinson.
Rob Pattinson. He's got some stuff hanging over the sides, like a Santa costume hanging on a costume rack.
He is convex. He's
shaped like a Hershey Kiss.
Steve Pattinson was my favorite James Bond. People talk a lot about Roger Moorings and Glenn Tyler. I really like Steve Pattinson.
I'm just saying it's a good look because it looks like you got your shirt tucked in to your pants. You got a little bit coming out, but that's just your flesh.
Yeah,
I think it's very natural. I think most people have them.
Sure. I've got them. Just more to love.
Now, Travis, you're sort of our go-to fitness guy because you get active, I think, on a daily basis.
I do.
What are your tips? What are your tips for getting rid of the old MT, as we call it?
Well, as you know, I research muffin tops just about every day.
Yeah, right.
And what I've learned is that there are just as many helpful suggestions as there are bad suggestions.
Sure.
And something I learned that was very interesting is that people think of like doing sit-ups and crunches and everything.
Not going to help, is it? It just makes it more robust.
It tones the muscle underneath, but it won't get rid of the fat. But my favorite suggestion that I read was buy looser clothes.
Okay, that does. It looks like you're wearing like MC Hammer shirt.
Well, apparently there's a concern that if you wear pants that are too tight, it forms you into a muffin top.
Sure. No, it squeezes your leg meat up to your tummy area.
It does. Yeah. It pops out like a toothpaste tube.
Yeah. Your meat is very malleable. Mm-hmm. You can go all over. You can make yourself conical if you want.
In the 1800s, corsets were so tight that sometimes girls' legs bones would pop out of their tum-tums, and it would make a bone muffin top.
Yeah.
They call it the stale muffin top. It's pretty brutal up there.
I have muffin tops, but they are around my collarbone areas.
Yeah, sure.
Just because that's where I want them. That's where I've smooshed them up to my collarbone region.
But you're always wearing that adorable little Lord Fauntleroy collar cinched up.
I
so
do.
tight.
A ruff.
Yeah.
He wears a ruff.
I look like some sort of judge, some sort of old British judge.
Yeah.
Like some sort of old British judge.
He looks like Rumpole of the Bailey up there. It's a good look.
I think everyone knew what I was talking about when I said an old British judge.
Well, if that doesn't conjure just a clear mental image, I don't know what does.
Sure. I actually look like Ashley Judge. Is that she's...
I look like Judge Reinhold.
I look like Judge Dredd. But like if he was fat.
I look like a fat Judge Dredd.
That is a good look. Is that a muffin top? You look like fat Judge Dredd.
I would rather have muffin tops than these damn muffin bottoms.
Yeah.
Coming out the bottom, kind of oozing around your... Are you wearing Reebok pumps? I am not.
What? You have these sort of alien cylinders coming out of your hips, and I don't know what's going on. Are those wrapped in paper? What's going on?
Are those gel outsoles for your shoe? Is that comfortable? It's for your arch. your muffin bottom fills in the arch of your shoes and gives you a real nice. It's like gliding. If you've never experienced that.
Hey, why don't you put down the corn dog, pick up a carrot? Where'd those muffin tops go? They're gone, and you can see really well because of all the carotene.
You can see everyone else's muffin tops and judge them.
Just what if you were just constantly 100% of the time doing like side bends and twists like all the time?
No. You don't want that. You don't want an hourglass shape.
That's what Jack LaLanne did, and look what happened to him.
Didn't work out for him. He only lived to be 143.
Yeah.
And he could bench press a Volkswagen.
He could beat up a fucking bull with his fists.
Jack LaLanne.
I miss you, Jackie.
I'm glad he's gone.
Wait, hold on. Why are you glad Jack LaLanne's dead?
Because he scared me.
Yeah.
Because of his long life?
Yeah, he intimidated me.
I did feel like he was I think after 70, if you're active in a real judgy way. Like I think you're judgy fit if you're past 70 and still fit.
To know that I, as a 27-year-old male, would not be able to outrun a 126-year-old dude.
Sure.
It made me feel bad every day. I woke up every day going, well, I'm not going to be as good as Jack LaLanne today.
When you see someone who is 151 goddamn years old, you're not supposed to see a muscly old. That's like seeing like a really tall cat. Like it's just not a trait that thing can have.
Right. And there's that motherfucker who's always in the airplane magazines. That that one guy who's got an old man's head but a young man's body.
Yeah.
And he said he did it with science. That's
Yeah.
that guy. Talk about nightmares. He is obviously the product of human beta crossbreeding.
I'm going to be honest with you guys. I don't know how Jack LaLanne died, but I assume it was like a Rasputin kind of thing, right?
Yeah, they was stabbed 14 times, then wrapped in a carpet and thrown off a bridge. That's the only way to bring him down. I actually had to wake up in the middle of the night and go put a stake in his heart. It's really unfortunate.
His only weakness is being stabbed 14 times.
Someone had to blow off a dusty old tome to find that infamy. Jack, you were trying to bring down a Jack LaLanne. I believe I have one book here.
Procure a true silver knife.
And then stab him.
Not 13, not 15.
The 15th shall reawaken him. With more vitriol than ever.
Thou shalt not stab him a baker's dozen.
Upon the 16th Sabbath he will arise again. Trying to sell you a juice machine branded with his name. That's the secret, by the way, everybody. Juice.
Can you just cut him off? Cut those tops off and then stitch it back together? You don't got any organs in there, right? Unless your kidneys get real lazy. Just like, flop.
I'm not trying very hard.
I'm sleeping in a skin hammock. That's what my kidneys
Great. That's what kidneys sound like.
My kidneys are fucking old.
All kidneys are old.
So tired.
So tired. A new person can't be born until an old person dies and they take their kidneys. We're using the same kidneys from Adam and Eve days.
Sure.
What about duct tape?
Oh,
Duct tape it back, like give yourself a duct tape corset.
I like that duct tape corset. That was the band that the All American Rejects lead singer was in before
They
he got
reformed without him.
Reformed without him. It's duct tape corset.
I don't like that because then I'm imagining you taping up your rolls on the side, and it looks like it's gonna look like your torso is smiling, and it's gonna be weird for everyone.
It's gonna push up. You can't squish a muffin top away because then you're just gonna end up with like a muffin chest piece. Mm-hmm. Like that's what Christina Hendricks has been rocking that look, and I guess it's working out well for her.
Poor girl, that poor girl.
Yeah, that's actually two muffin tops. She's got
horribly deformed body.
Yeah, she is really misshapen. It's a real tragedy.
So sad.
Our national obsession with her has to end. What are we teaching our children? Tape up the muffin tops. I saw a 9-year-old girl yesterday with a duct tape wrapper. I can't. I actually thought I could, but it turned out that I can't. So, Chuck and Josh, we hope that answers your question-ish.
Tape them up and get those Hendrix boobs. You're gonna love
that Christina Hendricks look. And
sorry to the family of Jack LaLanne.
Sorry, Jack
we
LaLanne.
didn't mean it. And if you want to listen to those guys, search iTunes for Stuff You Should Know. It is an informative podcast about a different topic every week, and it'll make you an expert on things and make you interesting to talk to, unlike now, where you just recite the bullshit that we say, and that's all lies. We make all that up.